What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. For all that are new, appreciate y'all coming over and subscribing from Turbo John's channel. I appreciate him doing that for me. Let's try to get this thing to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully one of you will be the winner of that free t-shirt Turbo John's going to be giving away. I'm back on the Fox tonight, trying to get my lighting set up. This is cheap. If y'all don't want to spend a bunch of money on lighting, go to Lowe's, buy a couple of these. I think it was like 20 bucks a piece. But if you're working too close to things, you might break the LED bulb. So I need to figure out how I'm going to keep this bulb in here now. But anyway, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to set these lights up. I'm going to start cutting these tubs out. Like I said in the previous video, or on Turbo John's video, I'm going to try to cut them to where I can just widen them in here and then put them back and make it look factory. So at the end of this video, we'll see how that works out. I did buy Team Z mini tubs. So if I do butcher this up too much, I'll just go ahead and cut the tubs out and cut the frame and do everything to prep it for those Team Z mini tubs to go in. But let me get everything set up and we'll get started on cutting these tubs out. All right, now that I have some light on the subject, what I'm going to start out by doing, I'm going to come over and I think I'm going to measure out like 3/4 of an inch or an inch or so. I think that's what I've read most people that come out. So I'm going to come out and cut from the bottom corner here all the way over around to the front side down there on that side. And I'm going to try to get in here right where the tub meets the floor and cut along this edge all the way around. This will end up getting cut off because I am going to inboard shocks, so that'll be cut off. If this works out, I'll just weld up where this hole is going to end up being. So I'll start knocking that out. I'm going to chip all the seam sealer out of here. On the inside of the wheel well, there is a ton of stuff in here I'm going to have to cut around all these braces or not, whatnot. And right back here, if I end up having to go with the actual mini tub, in here is where you have to cut the actual frame. I'm trying to avoid that. I don't really want to cut into the frame. I know it's no big deal, it's still strong, but I honestly just don't want to go through the hassle of cutting into the frame and making sure it's perfect. But I'm gonna get in here and get to measuring and measure all this stuff out, get it marked out, get all the seam sealer cut out, and really just try to sit back and look at exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to get all this mess off of here. I'm going to cut both of those off of each side because I don't need them anymore. I don't have any of the rear paneling anyway. The back side of this is just going to be open on both sides, I guess. But I'm going to set y'all up. I hate doing time lapses, but while I'm doing this, I'm just going to stick y'all on. So I got most of it out. I'm not going to worry about up in here. I got most of it out the front. I started marking my line. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch out. But I started marking my line and my permanent marker is no good. But I think I'm just going to go at it. Start cutting this thing out. I'm going to stay within the boundaries of the mini tub. So if I do mess this up, I will opt to just throw the mini tubs in. But I'm gonna start getting to cutting. I'm gonna take a drill bit and drill a hole so that I can get my saw in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and go across the top. And then I'm gonna start at the bottom and I'm gonna start cutting. And as I cut the bottom, I'm gonna be back and forth from the inside to the outside, watching where all those supports are on the inside, because I am gonna run into those at some point through here. And I'm gonna have to either change out my saw or figure out how to get those out without tearing this up too much. But either way I go with trying to spread these out and make them my own modified mini tub, or if I just go with those true mini tubs, all that stuff on the inside has to come out anyway. So as long as I can get it all out with minimal damage to these factories. All right, you can see I drilled a hole down here in the corner. That's where I started my cut. I've been trying to stay as close to the floorboard as I can. I've cut all around to this corner. It's getting really tough in there, so I drilled another hole on the bottom side of this, and I'm coming up and around here. I'll cut this off later. I'm not worried about this. I just had to change my blade in my air saw. You can see on the inside where that cut is, so it comes around. I thought I was cutting a lot straighter than that. I guess I'm not. But I'm cutting around here, and then you can see right here where I've started coming up, and I'm coming over this. And then I'll come on this side, and I'll start cutting around down here to this corner. And then I'll start at this corner and come back up and around all the way across the top. And then I'll see what we have. Even if this doesn't work, I'm looking at this, and this is probably going to help me at getting all this other crap out of the inside of here anyway. So we'll get this saw hooked back up and get back to cutting this stuff out. All right, probably didn't see much in that time lapse. I hate doing time lapses, but I do see why people do them. It makes it easier to just get in there and start going to work. But I cut this off up here. Soon I'll get all the rest of that cut off. But I went all the way around the bottom edge, over the factory shock mount, down the front side, across the top. This line across the top isn't the best. It's not the straightest, but came all the way around this side, down, around. This corner's a little tricky, so it is a little messed up in this corner, but I came back up this side. You can see it's kind of wobbly up through there. But on the inside you can see, so I could have, on the up in here where that bracket on the inside, I did come on the inside in here and cut it, and I've done it pretty straight. You can kind of see, let me back up, right there is where that is where it comes together. So as long as you stay on that side of it, you're good, and that's what I've done. But let's see, I think she's got a little bit of seam sealer holding her in still. I don't know how, but there we go. Here we go. Just try to get this thing out of here without beating it up too much. There we go. Oh, she's holding on for dear life. I would recommend using there we go, she's out. I would recommend using safety glasses. I'd usually have some on, but I can't find them. I guess they walked off. But there's my driver's side tub out. I will have to come in once I figure out where this piece, where I'm going to end up putting it. I will have to come in and trim this back to wherever I'm going to end up putting it, which will be, that's a pretty good amount if I just put it all the way up against the frame. So this thing will probably end up sitting, let me move this out of the way. Get in here and bend this up out of the way, or back this way out of the way. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. This thing should end up being just like that. So I'll come in and add a piece in there. This might end up working, guys. I don't know. I have that sitting in there just about right where it would be. Comment what y'all think. I was planning on doing this as a one whole video on doing this, but comment what y'all think. Do y'all think this is actually going to work? I'm going to end up breaking this up into a few videos because I can't. Should I continue with this? It's going to be spread out. That's a good, and that's about where it would sit actually. So that's 2.5, so it'd be spread out. This front side's over a little bit, so it would be spread out about 3 inches. Let me see on the inside. Yeah, so that's still inside the frame, I can tell. That's still inside the frame, and the back side right there is right at the frame. That's a bunch of room up in there. So that's a bunch more actually now. That's tucked in 4 inches. That's a 4-inch gap now. Comment what y'all think. I'm going to end this video off because I was going to do this as I was going to try to do this over the next 3 days and get this thing all done, but let me know what y'all think. And that bracket up there, for me to keep it more factory looking, I could just weld that thing back to there. That's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to fool people and make this thing look factory back here. Comment what y'all think, guys and girls. I think I'm on to something here. I don't know. I've had a few people already talk to me about it. Mentioning the trouble it's going to take, how hard it would be to do it. Cutting that tub out pretty decently. Wasn't that bad, actually. It is a little bit wavy on these lines, but I can get in there and straighten up my cuts. I still have to cut everything off on the inside either way. Tell me what y'all think. I don't know. I think I might be onto something. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna try to find some videos, see if I can find where somebody else has done this. So yeah, like always, comment, like, subscribe. Hit the bell notifications so y'all can get notified on any new videos. Hopefully I'll be able to post like 2 to 4 a week is what I'm hoping I can do. It just all depends on my work schedule. I do have a full-time job, and I have a family. I have 2 small children and a wife, so it really depends on my wife if I'm gonna be able to get out here a lot. But yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you for coming over from the Turbo John's channel. Don't forget to comment on his video. If you came from his channel, comment on his video. Get entered into that free t-shirt drawing we'll be doing. But yeah, we'll see y'all in the next episode.